Hello. Just before I re-upload part 3, I need to explain a little bit about part 3. I uploaded it this morning and immediately it was blocked, and my links from Facebook and Twitter were blocked as well because there was copyright infringement halfway through. So this is a re-edit of part 3. So it's been uploaded. Some people watched it, a lot of people couldn't. So I removed it from YouTube, I've edited it, and I've re-uploaded it. If there appears to be some harsh edits, it's because there are a couple of sections missing out of it. So apologies for that, and it won't happen again. Quite relieved. Now full of diesel, both tanks. That's really smart Volvo, that. Check. Somebody spent a lot of money on that. My small tank, the one I emptied via my airline, I'm covered in AdBlue as well. The AdBlue pump next to me had a leak, and with the wind blowing, it was spraying AdBlue everywhere. My little tank holds 300 litres. Just to sort of reinforce the point I made, really, I left the taps switched off and just filled the small tank first and got 301 litres in it. So I had managed to completely empty it into my big tank. And in total, I've just put 890 litres in the truck, where it only holds 1,000. 110 litres in the bottom of a big 700 litre tank ain't a lot. So it worked out quite well. There's more parking I'm going to turn right here now. But if I didn't turn right, if you carried straight on, I think you come down to T junction. Sure you do. But have a quick look. I can't quite remember. Yeah, you do. I'm going to turn right here, but if you did turn right, you go straight on, you come down to T junction, turn left, and there's just the other side of the trees on the left hand side here. There's another parking area. And out of them all, to me, that's generally the safest one. If you're going to park in Large and Quera, I would park there. They have some old boy that comes around and helps you back into spaces. It's a big parking area, but he'll come and watch you back, and he'll just come and stand at the front of the truck then, and it's customary to give him a couple of quid. And it is well worth it, because I was in there one night a number of years ago, and 1 o'clock in the morning I had a drunk Frenchman back into me, and it wasn't like he didn't bump into me, he completely backed into me and smashed the front of my truck in. And the old fella who acts as like parking attendant security guard was straight over. The Frenchman tried driving off because he was drunk. Straight over in his car, blocked him in with his car and phoned the police for me, which was a massive help, because I don't know if I'd have managed it all on my own, to be fair. But I don't know how amenable it would have been to my plight if I hadn't have given him a couple of quid when I got there in the evening. If I'd have just told him to jog on, it probably would have been his attitude when I was having problems. So it was probably the best €2 I've ever spent. And that's it, that's Large and Quera. It's, yeah. There was a massive fire here as well a few years ago. All this mountainside, both sides, was, all went on fire. And the old place, the hillsides, both sides of it was just scorched. And the trees have all just started growing back. Pictures of it on the internet somewhere. Pretty spectacular. There's a purple turtle on the right hand side there. That's here, IDS. Stopped just in a parking area for a break, just not long after Large and Quera. And if this sign doesn't tell you everything you need to know about this stretch of motorway between Large and Quera and Barcelona, then you're in the wrong job. In 4 languages to make sure you get the message. Every parking area between here and Barcelona's got these in them. Right, that's my Barcelona tipped. I am loading fruit out of France on Monday morning, which is handy because I need a 45. It's actually worked out quite well. I've cut my hair, by the way. Carry clippers, do it myself. I'm really paranoid that I've missed a big lump of hair on the back or something that I don't know about and I look stupid, but no more than normal, so it's no harm done. Yeah, so rest of today will be spent driving back out of Spain, back up through France the way I've come. I'm not even going to stop and get fuel on my way out because there's just no point. I've only done a few Ks. I might stop and get fuel on my way out actually, now I've said that out loud, because I've got a bit of time in hand. I'll see how I feel when I get up there, regardless of what I do. It's, yeah, heading back up the way I've come. Load Monday morning, loading fruit as well, and there's quite a lot I can talk about loading fruit. There's, if you've never done fruit in a fridge, there's quite a lot to know. So I've been looking for a lot of fruit that I could do a little video on, and if I hadn't got it in a trip video, I would have done a specific separate video on loading fruit, but I'm going to get it in a trip video. So, yeah, head back out of Barcelona. I was hoping to go a bit further down around the southern side of Barcelona to load. I thought we might, because you sometimes go down there around to Zona Franca, which is the port area, because I was going to talk extensively about that as well, but I'm not going to do that because I'm not going there, and I've sort of made myself a rule that I'm not going to talk about places I'm not going to. Otherwise I would just go off on tangents and talk about stuff that you had no visual reference for. So I'm not going to talk about Zona Franca because I'm not going. But I will talk about loading fruit on Monday morning, which is what I'm going to set off towards doing now. Just, as you can see by the signs, arriving back at Large and Quera. This sign says Aduana as well, that's customs. It's not a place, it's not a town. The wind has picked up a lot since I came out this morning. I came in this morning, however you want to say it. Yeah, the parking there is the parking I was talking about this morning. That's where the French driver backed into me. I'm not sure if you park, you used to be able to park there at weekends. I'm not sure if you can now because they've put a little gatehouse on there with, oh, hang on. Oh yeah, there's a gate there as well. I think they close the gate at weekends now, so you can't park on there, but I'm not 100% certain. But I'm just going to go back in. I might as well go back in and throw a bit of fuel in this, because I'll be cursing myself if I don't, and I need that fuel towards the end of next week to get me either back here or maybe out to Luxembourg or wherever. So it's better to have it full coming out of here. I'm not in a rush, so there's no reason not to do it. And this is me, very nearly back out of Spain. Short and sweet. You don't have to drive through the border anymore. You just drive. You used to have to come off and drive through the old parking area. Up until quite recently, you had to do that, but you don't anymore. So therefore, the little hut at the end of the border area with the weighbridge is now obsolete. So the days of crawling through there, and stand behind the door with the darkened glass, and as soon as they saw you were a Brit, the door would burst open and out they'd come. They'd take your CMRs off you and put you on the weighbridge and then search your trailer every time you came through. Those days have gone. You can't actually come off here at all. There's no barriers on it. And if you look, you get the main building on the right with the yellow stuff around it with the flag with the tricolour on it. And at the end, there, that cabin on the right hand side with the steps at the side of it, that was where they used to pull you. There's a weighbridge there. They'd pull you there and weigh you. If you were a Brit, you would get pulled every single time you came through, without exception. But, as I say, those days have gone. Well, as you can see, I've hit a bit of a snag, and my plans are rapidly unravelling. I'm only just north of Perpignan, and I've been sat in this for well over an hour. According to the signs, the motorway is shut at the next junction, and the next junction is still about 1,500 metres away, which is just under a mile. So I'm going to try and find somewhere to park when I eventually get off the motorway. I'm running out of time as well, running out of driving time. I'm going to try and find somewhere to park when I get off the motorway and call it a day, and then carry on the early hours of the morning. Hopefully I won't go over my term trying to find somewhere to park, but there's not a great deal I can do about it if I do. Just as I got to junction 40, they were moving the cones and letting us go up the motorway. So I think if I'd have been 100 metres further on in the queue, I'd have had to come off at junction 40. And as it was, just as our little group got there, they were letting us through. So I didn't come off the first junction, I come off the next junction, and I've just spun around at the péage and parked in the parking area on the péage. Which Francis is really good for that. Is just pick a junction and go and park on it, especially when you've got the fridge running. I haven't now, obviously, because I'm empty, but French junctions are brilliant for parking on when you've got the fridge running. So anyway, I've managed to get here in my time as well, which is a relief. I know that all I needed to do was do a printout right in the back, and they could see from my speed chase that I was sat in a queue, but I'd rather not explain it. I'd rather just have everything right, and then you just have peace of mind, don't you? So it is now 4:10 in the afternoon. I'm going to have 9 hours off because I've already gone into a 15. Have I? I might not have done. What time did I start? 10 to 3. Yeah, I have. 10 to 3, 10 to 4. Yeah, I've already gone into a 15. My brain's not working, so I might as well have a 9 off, because I've already used it. So I'll go at 1:10 in the morning and head up to my collection. I've had directions to the collection as well, which is off at a particular junction and through a particular village, and then under a 3.8 metre bridge, which I am assured, in no uncertain terms, assured that I can get under. Everybody goes that way. We'll see. It's an arch bridge apparently, and you can definitely get under it, he thinks. But also, the fellow I spoke to who's done the collection, obviously, and he says you can park there as well. So I may go there for my 45, because apparently there's supermarkets and showers and toilets you can use all weekend, and everything you need really. So, and no other people, which suits me. We'll go and have a look at it. I'll decide properly tomorrow, but I'm almost certain I'm going to go up there and park there. And then on Monday morning, I'm not wasting time driving up there. If the stuff's not ready, I could just walk in and see them. And if the stuff's not ready, I don't need to start. So, yeah, I think that's what my plan's going to be. It's now the very early hours of Saturday morning. Heading back up now towards Toulouse. My reload's sort of just north of Toulouse really. A couple of collections. Somebody asked a question on Facebook a couple of weeks ago. What is it you like about driving? And I answered, I said, oh, it's the glamour, the big money and the sociable hours. And some fella actually had a go at me because he thought I was being serious. It's just, yeah, okay. It's 1:30 Saturday morning now. Never mind. Some people just don't get sarcasm at all, do they?